So if you're thinking about selling your home, you want an instant cash offer, you want a guaranteed sale, you want to price it and move it aggressively, because that's what it's going to take in today's market. I whipped out the playbook for the Great Recession. I've been listing and selling real estate in Tampa Bay for 20 years. I went through the Great Recession. I remember the playbook. We called it a price war and a beauty contest at the same time. You had to be the best conditioned and the best price in your subset of the market in order to sell. And if you're not that, if you've got a condo and you're pricing it in the middle of everybody else or on the high end because you think your condition warrants it, you're not going to sell. If you want to sell your property today, you have to price aggressive. If you're not going to price aggressive, you're not knocking anybody off the fence. Everybody that's out there right now that's looking to buy wants a deal. You have to be aggressive. If you're not going to be aggressive, then you shouldn't put it on the market. You should wait until you can be, or maybe until you find something that you're going to buy that makes you feel comfortable enough taking the hit on your house. Because what a lot of people don't understand, again, when you're in a challenging market, you have to adapt. You have to change the way that you're looking at selling. And to put it into perspective, in 2023, for most of the year, we hovered around 2 months of inventory. 2 months of inventory is what we hovered around for years. That went back to 21 and 20, maybe 1 month for a little bit of time, but it was around 2. We're over 5 now. Okay, so we're 250%, 2.5x, 250% increase in inventory, all right? So you have a lot more competition, a lot more homes on the market. And so you've got to compete against those. You can't just look at the comps from 6 months or a year ago because that complete different market now. You have to look at what you're competing with, what's on the market, how can I beat everybody on the market to be the next one that gets picked? Because we've had so many negative things happen in our market that's negatively contributed to what's going on. And if you're going to move your house right now, you've got to be aggressive. And to kind of put it into perspective, this is what a lot of people don't get about real estate. It's probably one of the most frustrating things that I've seen in my entire real estate career. Because when I look at other things that I invest money in, if I'm going to sell something, I'm looking at the opportunity of what I'm going to buy. Let's just say I own stock for $500,000 in a company. Maybe it's not been doing as well, or maybe it did really well, and now it's time for me to exit and take my gain. Regardless of what that is, me selling that stock, I'm choosing to sell it to move the money into something else that I expect will do better for me, number one, or laterally, I'll offset whatever I may not get or may not get what I want out of that investment. I'll do better on the other side. So here's what I mean by that. Most people are smart with money. A lot of people aren't. But if you're selling your house and you're like, oh man, I can't sell it unless I get 500 and all I'm getting is 470. Okay. Well, then it's all relative. That just means you need to get a $30,000 better deal on what you buy. And guess what? That's completely realistic right now. People are accepting lower offers. Different parts of the country are doing better than others. If you don't get what you want out of your house, it just means you have to make it up on the buy, or maybe you sacrifice a little on the buy to get to where you really want to be. Because people don't look at it relatively like that. They'll say like, oh, I need to get to 500. And so they'll wait for values to rise. And then their house is 500. And then they go out to look, and guess what? The house that they wanted to buy at 450, now it's 500 because it went up too. Because guess what happens? If real estate values are going up, the real estate you're looking to buy right now, 6 months from now, it's going to go up too. So look at it in the right perspective. If you're selling your home and not getting the amount that you want, well, the seller that's selling you what you want to buy probably isn't getting what they want either. So if you wait for your value to go up, you're not in a vacuum. Okay. If you wait for your value to go up, guess what the value is going to do on the property you're going to buy? It's going to go up too. You didn't gain anything except you wasted a whole bunch of time living somewhere you really want to live. So this idea that you have to get to a certain number, it's nonsense. It makes no sense at all, because in reality, if you wait for that fantasy land number that doesn't exist right now, the value is going to go up what you want to buy too. So it's really all relative. Hopefully you can put that into perspective. When you go to sell your property, maybe you don't get the number that you want. We'd love to get you the number that you want, but it's just not sometimes realistic. If you're ready to sell, DuncanDuo.com, you can get an instant cash offer. We can come in, pay you cash, quick, clean, simple. That isn't always netting you the most money. Let's face it, if someone's going to give you cash for your house, they want to be able to turn it around and make a profit. Either they rent it and get a good enough return, or they fix it up and resell it and make a gain. So they can't buy your house for, your fantasy land number cash because there's not any profit in it. People buying houses for cash are not nonprofit organizations. They're doing it to make a profit. Now, If you don't want to go that path, we have the traditional path where we put your home traditional retail market and we market it to retail buyers and take photos and videos and you put it out there. So there are different paths that you can go, and all those are available again at duncanduo.com, where you can also get a quick home value estimate.